Hi everybody, it's Lucy Richard from the Woolly Mason Jar here. I'm just finishing up a pattern from the Old Tattered Flag. This was the free pattern in Rug Hooking Magazine, and what has happened is I'm running out of wool. And I know I can just go and dye more with my dye system. However, I don't think I'm going to bother. And I was thinking maybe a newbie might run across this and wonder what to do or not know what to do. So here's a few options. I could possibly write my initials in there, like take a few strips out and write my initials and date to kind of fill that in. That would work, but I don't usually put my initials and dates in. It's just not something that I do. These are not museum pieces. I will put a label in the back. So the other thing I could do would be to take one of the strips out from beside there, the stem, and replace it with this. So this is what it would look like, which would be fine. And if that wasn't enough, I could take this strip off right here on that outside and then just enlarge a flower by the strip, which would be fine. And I won't need to, but I could very well do that on the other side as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this strip out right here. I'll just get it started. I'm not sure where the end is. And they say you should pull from underneath, I guess. So there's a strip. It's perfectly fine. That'll fit in here. So I'll just continue along here with this strip. And that'll fill in quite nicely. And I will end up taking the other strip too. I'm not usually a number 8 strip cutter, but I must say that I really enjoyed doing this pattern. It was a nicely drawn pattern, lots of room to play around. You don't really have to drive yourself crazy trying to shade anything. It was a really nice piece to bring along at Hookins when you really don't have to concentrate. And I'm loving the look of it. And it didn't hurt me as much as I thought it would, because I do have carpal tunnel, but if you have a good hook with a good wide shank, I have a Jean Shepherd hook or a Hartman, and I have this one. And I like to get rid of my tails as I go. It's just something I like to do. Another thing I could do now, since this is W8 on the Woolly Mason Jar color wheel. Now I dyed this color over Door oatmeal wool, so it's over gray. This is what it would be just over natural. And you can see what I could have done as well would be to pull a little bit of this one here. I cut by hand. I don't have an 8 cutter. I usually borrow it from my friend. So what I would do is put a strip of this in here, like this, which looks pretty good. Although, you really do see that it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. So what I would do would be just to cut another piece somewhere else and pull out a little piece of this somewhere else. Possibly, okay, there's a piece here. Maybe I'll pull this one out right here. I'll get it started. Grab it from underneath if I can. Ooh, so, and you'll see by me just adding this piece up here. It's just going to add a little bit different texture up there. I should really turn the camera off while I do this because it's boring, but if I do that, then it just means a whole lot more work. So I'll just stick that in there as such. And I'll do another one and stick it in here. So what that will do will be to it'll distribute this around, and I'll do a piece in here and a piece over there. And with these pieces that I've taken out, I have more than enough now to fill in this spot. So, well, you'll see the final piece when it's done. I'll put it on the Woolly Mason jar. Here is another piece, which is W8, which is blue-green again, but it is lighter. It's door, but it's lighter again. Now, I'm sure that I could put a piece of this here and there too. It's just going to add movement and texture, and it'll be perfectly fine. And you'll see the finished result when I'm done. Hope you found this interesting. Just in case you've never came to this problem, it's just a little solution on what to do.